Sixth graders, this is to help you with question 2 on CR 28. It says a marathon runner runs 24 miles in 4 hours 30 minutes. What is the runner's average speed in miles per hour? Okay, so we're looking for the runner's rate. Miles per hour average speed would be the rate. Lots of ways to go about this, but I know in 6th grade you use distance equals rate times time. So I want miles per hour. All right, so I know that they run 24 miles. So if you have 24 miles, that's your distance. And if you have 4 hours, 30 minutes, that's your time. 4 hours, 30 minutes. That would be your time. However, because we need it in miles per hour, instead of writing 4 hours, 30 minutes, well, 30 minutes is a half hour. Like if you think about a clock, you start up here. After you go, 30 minutes would be right down here. So 30 minutes here, this would be 15 minutes, that's 30 minutes. So 30 minutes equals a half an hour. So 4 hours, 30 minutes is 4 1/2 hours. So that's the key here. Instead of leaving it 4 hours, 30 minutes, write it as 4 1/2 hours. Then we'll just substitute into the formula. In place of distance, we'll put 24 miles equals, we don't know our rate, but we know our time. Our time is 4 1/2. So if I'm trying to get my rate, my miles per hour, trying to get R by itself, I'll divide the right-hand side of this equal sign by 4 1/2. So I'll divide the left-hand side by 4 1/2. If you take your distance and you divide your distance by time, you'll get your rate. That's what you do. You take your distance, divide by your time, you'll get your rate. By 4 1/2 divided by 4 1/2, fancy form of 1. So R will be equal to, well, I have to take my distance and divide by my time. So I have to take 24 and divide by 4 1/2. But here's the deal. I have to rewrite this 4 1/2 as an improper fraction. So that's 24 divided by 4 times 2 is 8, and 1 more is 9. So that's 9 halves. 4 1/2 is the same as 9 halves. So now, 24 is the same as 24 over 1. When we're dividing, a lot of your teachers say keep, change, flip. Keep that first fraction, change your division to multiplication, and flip over that second fraction. So we're going to keep our first fraction, change our division to multiplication, and then we're going to flip over that second fraction, make it 2 over 9. At that point, I can multiply straight across the top, straight across the bottom. Well, 24 times 2 is 48. If you need to long multiply, 2 times 4 is 8, 2 times 2 is 4. So that's 48 over 1 times 9 is 9. So we don't leave it as 48/9. We go ahead and we take 48 and divide by 9. 9 goes into 48. 9 times 5 is 45. So that's 5. 5 times 9 is 45. Subtract off, we have a 3. So it's 5 3/9. So that's the same as 5 3/9. So our rate is 5 3/9 miles per hour. But here's the deal. We want to simplify that 3/9. So once we divide by 5, if you have 3 left over, it's 3 over 9. So it's 5 3 over 9. But now I am going to simplify this. 3/9, I could divide numerator and denominator by 3. So that's 5 3 divided by 3 is 1. 9 divided by 3 is 3. 5 1/3 miles per hour. That's your rate. I hope that helps.